It's the NFL on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC North. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
Autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Straight ahead, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard game, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. But Charles, this Ravens team been so successful in recent years, 10 or more wins in 4 of the last 5 seasons. What do they need to do to take that next step?
Well, the way the Ravens have played for a lot of their franchise history, we know the defense is going to take care of business. They're going to keep you in every ball game. I think on offense, can they throw the ball more proficiently, especially out wide to the receivers, and make plays that way to continue to open up running lanes for a team that we know loves to move the ball along the ground.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bengals, it's a team that's been to the Super Bowl 3 times in their history, has never won it, but there's just a sense that this could be the year, and you don't disagree.
I certainly do not, because go back 2 seasons ago, many thought it was a fluke that they got to the Super Bowl. Well, they came back the next year, and they got to the AFC Championship game, and were extremely disappointed they didn't get back to the Super Bowl. The pieces are in place. The confidence is high.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
All the talk of Jackson leaving the Ravens this offseason was just that, talk, as the 2 sides hammered out a deal that made him the highest paid player in the NFL. And why would they want to separate? When he has the ball in his hands, great things typically happen.
They go play action with Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 55 yards.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there, because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. First carry now for Gus Edwards. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Throwing is Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Edwards going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
3rd and goal, Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Boy, this has been a nice first drive for them, but right there, Charles, a sack on 3rd and goal, that's tough.
Yeah, and if you're the head coach and the offensive play caller, if you had any thoughts about going for it on 4th down, it's a much more difficult decision now. Likely kick the field goal, but if you're going to go for it, you better have the perfect play call on your sheet.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bengals now set for their first possession, and it's Pro Bowler Joe Burrow who leads this offense in his 4th season now out of LSU.
Burrow may be young in his career, but he's helming the Bengals to one of the best stretches they've ever seen. 12 wins last year, which matched the team record, and they made the conference championship game in back-to-back seasons for the first time ever. At the center of it all is the man they call Joey B. 35 touchdown passes last year and almost 4,500 yards.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Jackson, options out left. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Able to avoid him at the 40. Yeah, great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. I have to imagine many defensive coordinators had a sleepless night trying to game plan ways to slow down Lamar Jackson. What do you think is the most effective way to try to do it?
Well, you've got to be a little counterintuitive because normally you're sitting on the wide receiver 1, aren't you? But with Lamar Jackson, I'd sit on the tight end. He loves to throw into the middle of the field, loves that position.
There he goes, right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run for Hill. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score Ravens
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out 1st downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Once more, Edwards. And this time he's in for a Raven touchdown.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And that'll be incomplete.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Burrow will throw. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Ravens ready to take over. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking for Bateman, he's got him complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Jackson. Over the middle to Beckham. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Jackson will throw again. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
For the field goal on 23-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now it's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Out to the left. He's got Sample there. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 28. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. There's the stiff arm. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mixon is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Jackson now. The short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now a 2nd and 2. Jackson. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Again, Jackson. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And that is no good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Now the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
Now Burrow on 1st down. He gets this one to Boyd. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. Here now, 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man open. It's Chase. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Able to find Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Cincinnati.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. He's got Smith here. And it's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And Mixon going to have a Bengals first down as he's across midfield to the 48.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now Burrow. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On second down, here's Mixon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll give it to Mixon. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Second and goal from the 1. Mixon again. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Ravens 13.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. He may go. But he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, Hill trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Called out a very strong gain of 24.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. So there you go. They needed a big play, and they got one there on the touchdown run.
And that was a very important drive. Of course, they all are when you're trailing in the second half. But what I really liked, they didn't panic. They knew they still had time to run the football and keep playing their game.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for two. They'll try and throw for it. Dancing to his left. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. And Burrow going to throw again. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Here's Burrow. Short throw to Smith. No gain on the play. And that'll make it second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Burrow. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. To the air again, Burrow. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. This one hauled in by Sample. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This 2nd and 4. Now Burrow. Buying time to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Here's Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screen play is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Here's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he spins through. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Job one to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big third down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a two-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be upped. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the first down here, tell everyone we're going. We're moving now to 2-minute offensive phase, and everyone on the bench area, they're waving them along too. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing is Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
A swing pass here to Edwards. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Who's gonna make a play, baby? They can't beat us straight up. That's right. You got a smash now, football here, baby. Let's rock and roll, baby.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
We are gonna do this. We got this. Leave it all on the table, fellas.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here is 3rd down and 4.